I guess that's what they mean by free-range chickens. They're just hanging out.
Hey everybody, so last time I was out here, I came out, went to fire up the generator, and I could not get it to start. And I don't like this generator, but I will say it's got a Briggs & Stratton motor on it, and I'm happy with that engine. I've never had a problem with it starting. I've broken the rope a couple of times pulling it, but it generally starts right up, no big deal. But this last time I came out, it would not start at all. It didn't even attempt to start. It didn't run for a little bit and then start. Nothing like that. And previous to that, the 100 times that I was out here before, it never gave me any indication that something was starting to go wrong. You know how it progressively gets worse. So I didn't have any of that. All of a sudden, it just wouldn't start. So we're going to do some maintenance on this thing today and see if we can get it fixed up. Okay, so here's what your pull start looks like on your, could be your lawnmower, could be your generator. In my case, obviously it's a generator. So, and I broke it, right? Now I can literally just wrap this back up and tie this on, but I've done this a couple of times and this is too short now. So I'm just gonna yank this completely out. And here is my new one. And I'll show you how we're gonna do this. Pretty simple. So first, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a measurement here basically, right? And I know that I have cut some off, so I'm gonna probably go to about here. I've cut that much off. Let's burn this real quickly, just like that. And I'm going to, and essentially what we're trying to do is just keep it from spreading apart as we're pushing it through here. There we go, like that. So now I got a big fat knot, and now I'm going to kind of harden this up a bit. Okay. All right, now, so we're good there. We're gonna do this. We're going to do the same thing on this end. Same deal. Now I'm going to run it through this hole here. There's another hole in here. We'll find it. In fact, it's right here. So see where the other block is. So I'm going to spin this over. And I'm going to push this through like that. And again, none of this is too terribly difficult. You just kind of have to know how to do it. In fact, as you figure out, there's nothing too terribly difficult in the world once you know how to do it. It's kind of a funny thing when you think about it. Nothing is hard once you know how to do it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push all of this line through here so that it's like that. And now I'm going to take this one, I'm going to bring it around like so, right here to that hook. See that hook right there? And now I'm going to start wrapping. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we are at 4. I'm going to hold that, pull that all the way out, and now slowly, and there we are. So we're going to put this back on. Now I've had this generator. I bought it when I started this project. It's cheap. It's a Craftsman. I think I paid less than $400 for it. But what it is a Briggs & Stratton engine, and I've always been happy with them.
Okay, in a second.
I've already checked the oil. These things have like this oil indicator. It's kind of a safety switch. If the oil gets low, the engine won't run. And I've checked that already. It's got oil. And I actually added some in it, so it's full. Fuel is good. I know we've got good spark. Spark is good. It just won't run. So that leaves us with it's not getting fuel. It wants to get fuel. So right here is a bolt that goes in here. This is obviously the carburetor. There's a bolt that goes in here that I can loosen this, and I'm going to open this up, and fuel is going to drain out of there. Now when you do this, when you crack this open, obviously make sure that you have the fuel into the off position here. Now there's going to be some in here. And we'll deal with that, but there's going to be some in there. Let me make sure I'm in loosey-loosey, which I'm not. So there was obviously some fuel in there. And I drained it out. This doesn't come with a straw. I like the ones with the straw, but they didn't have it. So I'm going to spray some in here. I'm going to close it up, and I'm going to see if we can start it. And I've got plenty of gas in there. You can probably hear it sloshing around. And the gas is good, right? Because you guys have seen me using this thing. So gas is fine. Okay, so now maybe, well, no, because it should have started, because I say, okay, maybe one of the fuel lines is clogged. But that's not the case, because if that was the case, it would have started with the starting fluid. Okay, so now there's a yellow wire right here. This is for the oil sensor. I think that got it. Okay, so I've got that disconnected. Now let's see. So it's got to be something with the carburetor. When I was a kid, there was a class in high school. It was called small engine repair. So we had small engine repair and we had shop class. And you know, everybody used to laugh at the kids who took small engine repair. I haven't used geometry yet. You know what I mean? So, heads up on that, youngsters. All right.
So got that, got that. Okay, it's open. I'm gonna spray. Doesn't need a ton.
A little frustrating that I couldn't fix that on my own, but sometimes you just have to call in the pros. That's, you know, I think it's probably, it's got to be something with the carburetor. It's just simply not getting fuel. I know that 100% the fuel is good in there because I have videos of it, right? It's that simple. It's not like the fuel was sitting around there getting gummed up or something like that. Man. And it's really delaying things. It's not great. But I walked you through, you know, kind of the basics of what it might be. For your mower or engine, just will not fight. Wants to start, just can't start. Wants to start, can't start. It's got spark, 100%. Witnessed it with my own eyes. It's got good fuel. It's got oil. Disconnected the thing. Put starter fluid in to the carburetor directly, still won't start. Got to be the carburetor. Something's wrong with the carb. Whether it's gummed up and really just kind of needs to be cleaned, or it needs replaced. Man, I hate dragging this. This is not light to be dragging around a bunch of different places. But that's what we're going to do. I had to come out and grab this thing during a storm this winter. And it's no fun lifting into a vehicle. But I'm just not in a position to just say screw it and run out and buy a new one. Because they're expensive. You know, it's, 500 plus. You know, you can spend a couple G's on a generator without even thinking about it. And I've got too many things going on right now. So, hopefully this repair is $100 or so, and hopefully he can get it with all this stupid pandemic stuff. Hopefully he can get whatever part he might need, and he can get it fixed pretty quickly. Because I literally can't do anything. I mean, I could obviously hammer wood, but I can't cut wood. I thought today no problem. I was going to go over here, change a couple things, make a couple of adjustments, and we were going to be off to the races. Well, no building today, but we'll get this thing over to a small engine repair shop and we'll be back in business pretty quick. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel, and next time you might get to see me do some work.